I want to tell you about the day I found out. Not the day everything fell apart. Not the day I confronted him. The day I found out. I was sitting at my desk on a Tuesday afternoon in November. I had a coffee. The office was quiet. I was looking at an invoice, a routine invoice, from a supplier I had never heard of. That was it. That was the moment. A single invoice, and 7 years of friendship, trust, and partnership unraveled in front of me. My name is James, and this is what my business partner did to me. Daniel and I met in 2016 at a networking event in Manchester. He was sharp, funny, the kind of person who made you feel like the most important person in the room. We launched the company 6 months later, a logistics consultancy. Small at first, just the two of us in a rented office with terrible Wi-Fi and good ambitions. By 2020, we had 11 employees and our best year on record. I trusted Daniel with everything: the finances, the client relationships, the payroll, everything. He was not just my partner, he was my closest friend, the godfather of my daughter, the best man at my wedding, which is exactly why what he did hurt so much more. The first sign was small, a supplier invoice from a company called Vantage Supplies Limited. I did not recognize the name. I searched our records. Nothing. I assumed it was an admin error. Daniel handled all the supplier relationships. I sent him a message. He said he would look into it. He never mentioned it again. 3 weeks later, another invoice. Different company name. Same pattern. Round numbers. No delivery notes. No corresponding purchase orders. I told myself I was being paranoid. Daniel was my best friend. He had never given me a reason to doubt him in 7 years. But I started keeping a folder, just in case. I did not tell him. By October, I had 14 invoices, all fake, all paid. The total, I had to sit down when I calculated it, was £412,000. I want you to understand something about that moment. I was not angry. Not yet. I was quiet. Completely quiet inside. The way you get when something is so bad that your brain simply refuses to process it all at once. I closed the spreadsheet. I made a cup of tea. I sat at my kitchen table for 2 hours and said nothing to nobody. And then I made a decision that changed everything. I decided that Daniel would not know that I knew. Not yet. Not until I was ready. That week I called a forensic accountant and a woman named Patricia, who had been recommended by my solicitor. I told her everything. She told me to stop touching anything in the company accounts. She would handle it from there. For 3 weeks I went to work every single day. I sat across from Daniel at our Monday meetings. I had lunch with him on Thursdays. I laughed at his jokes. I asked about his children. He had no idea. Patricia came back to me on the 14th of December. The total, including interest and fees he had charged to ghost suppliers, was £467,000. And she had a paper trail so clean, it would hold up in any court in the country. I instructed her to prepare a full report for the police and our solicitor. I then contacted a specialist fraud barrister. We filed a civil recovery claim and a criminal complaint. Simultaneously, on the same morning. I did not tell Daniel until the police did. He was arrested at the office at 11:15 on a Wednesday morning, in front of all 11 members of staff. I watched from my office window. I felt nothing. Just finished. The civil case was settled 14 months later. I recovered £439,000. Not everything, but most of it. Daniel pleaded guilty to fraud by abuse of position. He received a 4-year sentence. He served 2. The company survived. It took time, new partners, new trust, but it survived. What I lost, and I want to be honest about this, was not just the money. I lost 7 years of what I believed was a real friendship, and you do not get that back. You just learn to build differently next time. The office is different now. Smaller in some ways, Papa, but the people in it, I trust every single one of them. That is worth more than any number on any invoice. If this story felt familiar, you are not alone. Silence protects the wrong people. I am backstabbed.